Hey guys, I'm IzDaisho, and I am here to bring you that video that I showed you the other day. Look, magic cards. So many of them. These are the cards that I opened in the sealed draft or the sealed event that I did the other day, and I'm just gonna go read them all to you and ask you what you think I should have done with this sealed pool and what you would have opened. So anyway, I'm not gonna give my opinions on any of these cards because then that would be a little bit too much information to give you as to what I did run. Anyway, this guy is Midnight Duelist. He has protection from vampires. He's a 1-cost 1/2. I'm gonna go with the whites, starting from lowest converted mana cost to highest, and then go to blue, then black, then red, then green, and then the artifacts. Anyway, Cloud Shift. It's a 1-cost instant. Exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. Righteous Blow, 1-cost instant. Righteous Blow deals 1 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Curse Break, 2-cost instant. Destroy target enchantment. Thraben Valiant, 1 and a white for a 2/1 vigilance. Call to Serve, I had 2 of these. Enchant non-black creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+2 and has flying and is an angel in addition to its other types. Moonlit Geist is a 2 and a white for a flying 2/1, and it has the ability 3 and a white. Prevent all the combat damage that will be dealt to and by Moonlit Geist this turn. Next card is Emancipation Angel, 1 and 2 white. When Emancipation Angel enters the battlefield, return a permanent you control to its owner's hand. Leap of Faith, 2 and a white. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. Prevent all that damage that will be dealt to this creature this turn. Moving on to the next one, 4-drop, Gold Knight Commander. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn, and he himself is a 2/2. Midvast Protector is a 4-cost. When Midvast Protector enters the battlefield, target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn, and he is a 2/3 himself. Builder's Blessing is a 3 and a white for untapped creatures you control get +0/+2. It's an enchantment. Angel of Jubilation is my first rare that you've seen. He is 1 and 3 white for flying. Other non-black creatures you control get +1/+1, and players can't pay life or sacrifice creatures to cast spells or activate abilities. Defy Death is 3 and 2 white, and it says it's a sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If it's an angel, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. And then there is Divine Deflection, which is X and a white, and its ability reads, prevent the next X damage that will be dealt to you and or permanents you control this turn. If damage is prevented this way, Divine Deflection deals that much damage to target creature or player, and this is a shiny rare. So, woohoo, for shiny stuff, yay. And now, let's move on to the blue cards. First, we got Outwit, which is a 1-cost instant, counter target spell that targets a player. Nephalia Smuggler, 1-cost 1/1. For his ability is tap 4, exile another target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. Spectral Prison is 1 and a blue. Enchant creature. When enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. When an enchanted creature becomes a target of a spell, sacrifice Spectral Prison. Favorable Winds. Creatures you control with flying get +1/+1. I had 2 Peel from Realities, which were 2-cost instants. Return target creature card you control and target creature you don't control to their owner's hands. Captain of the Mist is a 2 and a blue for whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, untap Captain of the Mist. 1 and a blue, you may tap or untap target permanent, and it's a 2/3. Ghostly Flicker is 2 and a blue. Exile 2 artifacts, creatures, and or lands you control, then return those cards to the battlefield under your control. Vettergeist is 2 and a blue for a flying 3/4 with the ability, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Vettergeist unless you pay 1 for each other creature you control. Galvanic Alchemist has the ability Soul Bond, which you can read it right there. I'm not going to read it all out, and you're going to see a lot more Soul Bond creatures. Oh, I guess I'll read it the first time, but not for the other ones. Anyway, you may pair this creature with another unpaired creature when either enters the battlefield. They remain paired for as long as you control both of them. And then this creature has the ability that as long as it's paired with another creature, both of those creatures have tap 2 and a blue, and untap this creature. Into the Void, 3 and a blue. It is a sorcery. Return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. Mist Raven is 2 and 2 blue for a flying 2/2 that has the ability when it enters the battlefield, return target creature to its owner's hand. I had 2 Geist Snatches, which are 2 and 2 blue. Counter target creature spell, put a 1/1 blue spirit token with flying onto the battlefield. I had Stolen Goods, which is another one of my rares, 3 and a blue. It's a sorcery. It says target opponent exiles cards from the top of his or her library until he exiles a non-land card. Until end of turn, you may cast this card without paying its mana cost. Vanishment is 4 and a blue. Put target non-land permanent on top of owner's library. Miracle for blue. And then there is Havengal Scab, 5 and a blue. When Havengal Scab attacks, return another creature you control to its owner's hand. So that one is a 6-drop. Now let's move on to the black cards. Human Frailty, I had 2 of these. It's a 1-cost instant, destroy target human creature. I had a Bone Splinters as an additional, it's a 1-drop sorcery, as an additional cost to cast Bone Splinters, sacrifice a creature, and it says destroy target creature. I also had Appetite for Brains. Target opponent, it's a 1-cost sorcery. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You may choose a card with converted mana cost 4 or greater and exile that card. I had a Hunted Ghoul, who is a 1-cost 1/2 who can't block humans. I had 2 Butcher Ghouls, who are 2-cost 1/1 Undyings. I had a Soul Cage Fiend, who whenever he dies, each player loses 3 life. He is a 3/2, and he costs 1 and 2 black. I also had a Bloodflow Connoisseur, who is 2 and a black, sacrifice a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it is a 1/1. I had an Undead Executioner, who's a 3 and a black. It's a 2/2, and whenever it dies, you may have target creature get -2/-2 until end of turn. I also have Barter in Blood, who's 2 and 2 black. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. I had a Mental Agony, which is 3 and a black. Target player discards 2 cards and loses 2 life. I had a Foil Polluted Dead, which is 4 and a black. Whenever it dies, to destroy target land, and it's a 3/3. The next card is Renegade Demon, which is 3 and 2 black, and it's just a 5/3 vanilla creature. Then the last black card I have is Grizzlebrand. He's 4 and 4 black. He is a 7/7 flying lifelink. Pay 7 life, draw 7 cards. Let's move on to red. Oh, by the way, here's another one of my rare cards, fairly obviously. Anyway, Stonewright is the first red card. He is 1 red, Soul Bond for fire breathing. You can pay 1 red. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. I had a Pillar of Flame. Pillar of Flame deals 2 damage to target creature or player. If a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. Guise of Fire is an X card. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/-1 and attacks each turn if able. Somberwald Vigilante, a 1-cost. Whenever it becomes blocked by a creature, Somberwald Vigilante deals 1 damage to that creature. Battle Hymn, 1 and a black instant. Add 1 mana to your mana pool for each creature you control. Scalding Devil, I had 2 of them, 1 and a red each. Their ability is 2 and a red. Scalding Devil deals 1 damage to target player, and it's a 1/1. 2 Thunderbolts, 1 and a red each, obviously. Choose 1. Thunderbolt deals 3 damage to target player, or Thunderbolt deals 4 damage to target creature with flying. Kessig Malcontents, 2 and a red. When Kessig Malcontents enters the battlefield, it deals damage to target player equal to the number of humans you control. It's a 3/1 himself. Hanweir Lancer, 2 and a red. And its Soul Bond, it's a 2/2, and its Soul Bond is for both creatures to have first strike. I actually had 3 of these guys. I had a Mad Prophet. He is a 3 and red, haste, 2/2. Tap to discard a card and draw a card. You have to discard the card first, so yeah. Anyway, Vigilante Justice is 3 and red. It's an enchantment. Whenever a human enters the battlefield under your control, Vigilante Justice deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Demolish, 3 and a red. Destroy target artifact or land. 2 Havengal Vampires. Their ability reads whenever Havengal Vampire deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Havengal Vampire. And it itself is a 2/2. My next rare is Rite of Ruin. It's 5 and 2 black. And choose an order for artifacts, creatures, or lands. Each player sacrifices 1 permanent of the first type, sacrifices 2 of the second type, then sacrifices 3 of the third type. Deergraph Escort is a... oh, by the way, we're moving on to the green cards, and that was another one of my rares. I don't remember if I mentioned it. Anyway, Deergraph Escort is 1 and a green for a 1/1. As long as it's paired with another creature, they both have protection from zombies. Snare the Skies is a 1-cost 1/1. Target creature gets +1/+1 in reach. Wandering Wolf is 1 and a green. Creatures with power less and it can't block it. Nightshade Peddler is 1 and a green. It soul bonds to give both creatures Death Touch. Terrifying Presence is 1 and a green. Instant friend all combat that will be dealt by creatures this turn other than target creature. Borderland Ranger is 2 and a green. When Borderland Ranger enters the battlefield, you may search your library for basic land. Put it into your hand. It's a 2/2 himself. Next is Trusted Force Mage, followed by Natural End. It has Soul Bond for each creature to get +1/+1. Natural End is destroy target artifact or enchantment, you gain 3 life. Geist Trappers, 4 and a green. As long as it's paired, both creatures have reach, and it's a 3/5. And then there's Wildwood Geist, who's 4 and a green. Wildwood Geist has +2/+2 as long as it's your turn. And I got a couple of artifacts. Scroll of Grizzlebrand, 1 drop. 1 sacrifice Scroll of Grizzlebrand. Mouthful. Target opponent discards a card. If you control a demon, that player loses 3 life. Vanguard Shield, 2 cost, 3 to equip. Each creature gets equipped creature gets +0/+3 and can block an additional creature. And then there is Conjurer's Closet, the last rare of mine. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile a target creature you control and return that card to the battlefield under your control. So I'm just gonna slowly go over all of the cards again. Midnight Duelist, Cloud Shift, Righteous Blow. Actually, I mean to say them. Just gonna slowly shift, and then that way you guys can hopefully decide what colors you think you would run, and then let me know. You can help me out, make me a better Magic player, and maybe you guys have actually enjoyed this video and it'll be interesting for you. So that's obviously the hope here, that you guys will enjoy it. I definitely had a lot of trouble because when I opened it, my first thought went to ZOMG Grizzlebrand, and then I took a look at my cards a little more, and then I thought about it a little more. But I'm not going to say anything about what I went with or what or that stuff, because then that would be influencing you, and I want your uninfluenced opinions on what I would do. But anyway, I will tell you that I went 2 and 2 in this draft. I think I mentioned that in the other video, I don't remember, in this sealed event. So that was a little bit disappointing. I was hoping to do a little bit better, but you know, doesn't always work out as well as you hope. One round was really annoying because there was about 50 people there, and I went with like 3 of my friends, and I actually had to play one of my friends who was there. So that was unfortunate because we both didn't want to play each other. But you know, that's the way it works sometimes. Sometimes you just get paired against your friends. Unfortunate, but you know, it happens. So not really much I can complain about there, I guess. But anyway, we're almost done. Just these green cards, and really not many green cards, unfortunately. I was really looking forward to running green, but anyway, just these last 3 artifacts, and then we're done. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.